Oshi no Ko and Breaking Bad have a very similar problem. Now, if you want to know what that is, I suggest you keep watching the video. But before you do, subscribe. Just saying. It helps out a ton, way more than anyone ever thinks. And obviously, it helps me out. Plus, it might even help you because you might like some of the content. Now, what is the main problem with both of these properties? Well, it is in the form of engagement. Now, and premise. I'm going to start this off. Both Oshi no Ko and Breaking Bad are good shows, but their determination of quality for the person who watches it has such a wide variety that I just generally find it fascinating. Why is that? Well, after much thought, it's due to the fact that these shows are so heavily based in certain industries that if you, as a person, do not particularly like this set of area or direction that the series is following, you're just not going to get very invested into the show. For example, idols are one of the main focuses of Oshi no Ko, but the primary focus is obviously that of the filmmaking industry and just entertainment industry as a whole. So if you are not fascinated by that, you will just generally not have a very good time. Very similar to Breaking Bad, where if you do not find the drug cartel or drug industry interesting, naturally you are just not going to be as engaged. Now, this isn't saying both shows are bad, but this is a problem that both of them suffer greatly compared to other shows in its punching bracket. For example, if you compare Oshi no Ko and Breaking Bad to One Piece, I know, I'm bringing up One Piece, but I have a point. If you don't like pirates, that's okay. You can still like One Piece. But if you find drug deals boring and just stupid, and you're not really fascinated by them in any sort of way, you're just naturally not going to like Breaking Bad. If you are not interested in the Japanese film industry, you just generally do not find Oshi no Ko very engaging. And this does have one benefit, that benefit being that you stay so invested if you are the target demographic. For example, in Oshi no Ko, when the main protagonist was using Premiere Pro to edit one of his videos, I had an awakening moment where I'm like, oh my god, that's me! That's me! I don't get sleep, and I use Premiere Pro! Wow! And stuff like that. Now, once again, not a bad thing. It can even be beneficial in some areas, for example, because of its time into the entertainment industry. I find Oshi no Ko very enjoyable. But this is a problem for both it and Breaking Bad because it relies so heavily on said investment prior. You have to already have this investment in order to fully sink your teeth into the show and fully become invested, which is not a problem with most TV shows. After all, most TV shows are set in different worlds that provide world building. Another thing that they both have is they both lack that world building. Now, it's not entirely true to say that they lack world building. Obviously, every world has world building in a fictional setting, but not to such a little extent as these two shows. This is obviously due to the fact that they are both set in the real world, and I put that in air quotes, but it's quite fascinating to look at, and once again, it further leads to a dependence on said environment that you are intrigued by. Naturally, people are just not going to like Oshi no Ko or Breaking Bad because they are solely focused on one particular area, being the drug manufacturing business and the entertainment industry. It's such a focus that it cannot possibly please people who are such general areas for that expertise. Now, this isn't me saying that either of these shows are bad, again, and even that if you do not like those industries, you can still enjoy the show. These are obviously two testaments to that, as Breaking Bad is one of the most popular TV shows ever made, and Oshi no Ko is an extremely popular anime right now. However, I found it very fascinating to see that both of these shows have such an underlying problem, and especially since these shows are such wildly different concepts, ideas, and executions, that the mere fact that they share such a specific and individual like problem is fascinating, and I just needed to get this off my chest in order to present it to you all today. Also, I really hope you guys did enjoy this weird explanation. I know it was very odd, but I hope that in the future I can do more breakdowns like this. And if you do want to see more odd speculative breakdowns, I would highly suggest to keep looking at my channel. Now, without further ado, I'm sure you all got stuff to do. Have a good day, everybody. Peace out.